anticipated match. She is physically and mentally prepared for the task at hand in tonight's match. Here we go, folks. It's
my dad chose and I was sent.
Better watch your step now. She's getting all sorts of fired up. She's off this crowd right now. Pretty drop kick. Lariat. She manages to reverse it. Close fist connects. Sometimes you just gotta show off and show out. Stops that offense from connecting. Look at this. Hair pull net slam. Up high. And that's not what she was looking for there. Oh, clothesline. Just like that. She turned it around. Oh, what a knee. Oh, my gosh. Terminating knee smash. She knew how to evade that. Thunderous knee lift. Way to avoid that. Strong forearm. Was tossed. She could airline miles for that. Just got thrown around like a sack of you-know-what.
That it was gonna happen anyway.
And what a hit. She's looking a little drained now.
Because that's something that WWE's been a part of.
From the top. Targeting the stomach to reverse that maneuver.
To you, Billy. To you. Stop complaining about stuff that you can't change.
Both knees into the face. Heading to the top turnbuckle now. Getting back to her feet, but maybe only for a moment.
No. You fight Javon Evans.
Crucial counter.
No. You can no.
Sends the knee into the face. That'll stop you.
No. You fighting just you gonna fight Leon Slater at World War III as planned.
Puts the brakes on that. Punch land.
When you take your TV title, they don't say nothing.
Firing up. Getting the crowd behind her. Watching her prey rise. We know what she's
Well,
doing here.
that's a promise.
Scouted it and fired back with a punch straight to the face. TKO. Climbing up. She got something big planned here. She has her lined up. This might be the end here. Ooh, what a response. Placing her in the corner. Just teeing off in the corner, letting the fists fly. And a big chop.
I'm in a title match right now.
She saw that coming.
So I'm kind of busy right now.
Well-placed elbow to break up the maneuver. High-level ability being shown with each of these
For
counters. A quick reversal from her. Scoop slam. This could be the end right here. So smart, targeting the opponent's leg. Yeah, and then watch this. And an elbow, too. And heading up top. Getting to her feet here. Stumbling into the Lions Den. Oof. Send it to the corner. Turn it around with a reversal. Oh, tossed aside. Has control of their opponent. Delivers the fall-away slam. Hey, nice athleticism. She's pumped. The WWE
Years later,
Universe
they
is
all
pumped.
wanted back,
I'm pumped.
but I wasn't the same child. Can you imagine being 8 years old,
My
watching your family
goodness.
literally divide itself, only to realize you're not one of them? My dad took my brother, mom took my sister. That agonized,
Saw it coming
no one
and hit him with a
absolutely
shot to the face.
You might think that broke, but it actually
Each guy
forged
leaving
through
these competitors at a stalemate.
and the journey to get here was
Endurance is
not
really being tested now. Yeah,
short.
but you gotta expect
My
a
name's
few bumps
Goldie,
and
and at
bruises at this
32,
point.
I own an art gallery right here. A dream I built from scratch. But 24 years ago,
From the top.
I was just a little girl,
She gets no
an
reward
8-year-old
on that
watching
one.
the entire thing. For 2 decades, I was silent,
She's
ghosted.
on noodle legs, not
Now,
looking good.
suddenly, they all want back in, expecting that same desperate
Bam!
smile
She
they
flipped an
abandoned.
attack around.
But that little girl,
Continuous
she's long
counters.
gone.
These superstars
In her
looking
place
locked
stands a
in.
woman who built her own world. Brick by before everything imploded, we were, by all accounts, we lived in a cozy brick ranch house.
We're going for a ride.
I still remember the tires
Will she
swaying
be
me
able to
that
close this
night
out?
out with the back. Evening sun filtering through the leaves.
Look at this kicking
Watching David
combination. Ripped all the way back
Take
to a
that
vertical basin.
joyful
Driven
trip.
down face first.
We collapsed, giggling teeth, breathless, happy. My dad,
She's out
Jack,
of the ring. The
was a
referee's
constructor.
count will begin soon.
Tall, broad-shouldered, hands rough, beard, sparkle. He smelled like sawdust and ink. Scent I found so comforting and sweet. My mom, Diane,
Just ejected
the
from the
part-time
ring.
nurse, her last assignment, starting soft,
And now
building
she's feeling the
full body.
energy from the crowd.
Her dark blonde hair was always pulled back.
You know she's
Sometimes
thinking she
she'd
can
let
end
me
it
rest
all here.
100 strokes of storybook. Noah, my older brother, was 10 in her life. He was my protector, teaching me to ride my bike outside, cheering wildly when I finally got it. He collected baseball cards, citing stats I didn't understand, but I understood the pride of
Just
the
remember that attacks to the head
Sophie,
like
my
that
little
build up
sister,
quickly.
was only 6, wispy blonde curls,
Arm
some
wringer in
elegant
control.
named Ellie, always trailing us. I'd read her bedtime stories, doing all the voices.
But here comes the fire.
Our house was a
Answer
fantasy,
after answer
but
for
it was
each
ours.
other's offense.
My ceiling glowed like its own star. A galaxy I
Knee
called
smash.
Sundays meant pancakes. Dad flipping golden fruit, Mom slicing fruit, Noah sneaking chocolate chips out of
Soft
the
was
Sophie,
coming there.
giggling with the I set the table, feeling so grown up. Summers were for Lake Michigan, sand house, Mom reading under an umbrella, Dad teaching
the
us
hard way.
exhausted and sunny. We eat dripping ice cream. I
These
print
women have not
watercolor
given each
paint
other any
for
breathing room.
my
No one is
8th
showing
birthday.
any signs
A
of
rainbow
backing
cake,
down.
balloons everywhere. Friends, freeze cats, running through the sprinkler jazz.
These two reaching a
Mom
standstill
snapping
with all these
photos,
reversals.
old film. I felt so special. So
And she's returning
I
fire.
had no idea it was our last celebration.
Shot combination.
Looking back, there
Across
were
the
whispers of
forehead
trouble,
and right to
too
that
subtle
chest
for
and
an
then the
8-year-old.
throat. Wicked.
Dad's work fluctuated. Quiet conversations behind closed doors. Mom's tight smile filled it all.
Quick way to
But
respond
Kit
with
still
the
noticed
reversal.
it was possible to ignore. Our home felt secure, warm, full of that game night, shared dinner, Mom's good night kisses, leaving the faint touch of her.
That's what she gets
This
for
is the
taking her eyes
foundation
off her
of our
opponent.
world, as solid as our brick house. I never imagined foundations crack, but homes built on love last. I couldn't have seen the future where we'd be strangers, or that I would be the one left. Those memories are both precious
Got the
and
head
agonizing.
scissors on.
Reminder of
And
everything
she
I
keeps
lost,
handing out even
and
more
everything I've had
damage.
to rebuild.
More evidence you
The
could
first
knock her
ray off
down, but
track
keeping her down
happened
is a
when
different
Dad
story.
lost a huge fight. I remember him
Taken into the
home
corner.
out of
Needs to get out.
face gray with
She's making
Mom
the climb
sent
to
us
the top
downstairs
rope.
with their voices scared. How could you have banked
Soaring.
everything on this underdog that Mom's
Diving
voice?
into the leg
Sharp,
drop.
accusatory. I never heard it like that. It was a sure thing, right? How was I supposed to know they'd go and never come? Dad goes back, defensive, raw. That night,
There's no way.
heard
Not
Mom
from
crying
here.
in the room.
No, no,
Saw
no, no. You gotta be kidding me.
Dad slept on the couch. Breakfast was silent.
Caught with a lariat.
Tensions they could no more. In the weeks that followed,
She's
Mom
psyching
took
herself
extra
up now.
shifts, leaving before we woke, returning after we were asleep. Her absence was appalling. No one for homework, no one to hear about her.
Caught with a
Dad
clothesline.
tried, but he was constantly on the phone, trying to get new content, bills piling up.
And an answer from her.
One night, getting water, I overheard him whispering on the phone. I don't know how we're going to make the mortgage.
Nice
Savings
side
are
headlock applied.
Diane's
Oh,
extra
and a
shifts
right
barely
hand for
covered
good
each
measure.
The fear in his voice tied his stomach. Noah retreated. The door always closed.
And
He
targeting the
stopped
leg
playing
there.
baseball, but I saw him staring at me, the longing in his eyes. Sophie
Oh,
started
right
half
into a
the night
counter.
screaming about me. I saw her
What a shot.
whispering reassurances. I'm sure I believed him. Parents were too lost in their own struggles to notice.
Right to the gut. And again, the torso is
Christmas
the target
a
here.
year was ago.
Clearly attacking that
No
area
tree,
is the
no
strategy
present.
tonight.
Just quiet dinner where Noah picked at his food. Sophie kept asking about
She's got
Santa.
the two, and she's
Questions
not
deflected
gonna
and
like what comes
just stopped.
next.
My
Here
grandparents
we
visited
go.
in January,
Oof,
offering
nobody
help,
home.
though I didn't know what to do. My parents knew
Oh,
that
what a
I'd still
touch.
enough, even as everything else. We'll figure this out ourselves, he insisted. While my grandmother's face was with words, Dad started
Sent to the
drinking.
corner. Dismantling the arm in the
He'd fall
corner.
asleep on the couch.
Gotta hurt.
Mom became emotionally distant, going through the motions without me. Mornings became my responsibility. I'd make cereal for Sophie and get them ready for school. At 8, I became the keeper of the keys, walking Sophie to the classroom, promising to meet her after school. The roll notes
Being
piled.
carried around now.
One afternoon, home early, I heard Mom on the phone in the bedroom. The door was ajar. She was on the edge of the bed, rubbing her forehead. I don't know what her options are anymore. The kids, just, I can't give them the life they
And you
deserve.
have pump.
Then a pause. We've talked about separation, but what happens to the children? To go where? The cold dread that washed over me still haunts me. To go where? As if we were furniture to be divided. Fighting escalated. One night, Dad punched a hole in the living room wall. I watched from the staircase, frozen with fear, as Mom screamed that she was out of control. Noah pulled me back to my room. Sophie was already hidden. The three of us huddled. Noah's protectively around, listening to our family implode. Later that week, I found Mom crying in the bathroom. The door wasn't quite closed. She was sitting on the toilet, shoulders against his head. I wanted to go to offer the same comfort I could. Stop. Maybe it was the crushing realization that some hurt too big. I started creating distraction games, elaborate forms, anything to shield them from disintegrating comfort, to give them glimpses of normal childhood, but couldn't distract myself.
No surprise
Something
that what we're
inevitable
witnessing is
had broken.
trending. Forget
Dad
trending on
moved into the
social
basement
media.
step.
The motion in the arena is
Separation
starting to
within the
impress
house
people.
felt
And the
slowly.
announce table's getting a makeover.
I'd lie awake,
Feng shui.
listening for
That definitely
reconciliation.
says more chaos to me.
The day I found divorce papers
Kick.
was the day it opened. I wasn't snooping, just looking for guys. But there they were, official-looking documents. Dissolution of marriage. Custody arrangement. I didn't understand the legal jargon, but I understood. This wasn't temporary. This was the end. That evening, there. My parents were discussing child earlier. The casual way they hide it, it still makes my blood run. Noah should come with me, Dad said. He needs a male. Fine. And Sophie stays with me. She's too young to be with
My
me.
toes
I
under
waited
this.
breath for one of them
So
to
when I
mention
got
fight for me,
I could already
explain me,
drink.
Noah, and Sophie. But the conversation moved on to money, education schedule, and my name never came. It was as if I didn't exist, as if I were invisible to the very people who gave me money. That night, I silently into my room, careful not to wake up. It was the first devastating realization. In the weeks that moved to Russia, there was no place set aside for me. The morning everything changed started for any of us. I woke early, habit
Then down.
Dad and Noah were in the living room. Dad was
That's
leaning
the truth. I
hands
get
on
this
Noah's
one.
shoulder, speaking in low, serious voice. We're going on a trip.
It's not truthful. No.
Noah, I need to
Hey.
Noah looked when he hugged me goodbye. He whispered, "I'll call you soon, I promise." I clung to him, knowing this wasn't another trip. Dad barely looked at me. Be good for your mom, scolded before ushering Noah. I saw garbage bags, not luggage, filled with what looked like clothes.
Ooh.
Not for a trip, for a move. After they left,
Are
Mom
you
locked
hurt?
herself in the bedroom. Her sobs, my knock on Sophie kept asking where they'd gone. I had no idea what it was. We ate cereal. I read Sophie 3 extra stories, trying to cling to some sense. Mom stayed in her room. I made peanut butter sandwiches. Sophie breakfast, called Dad celery, straight to voicemail. Sophie and I slept together. On the third day, Mom emerged, hollow-eyed but determined. She moved like a robot, pulling out suitcases, filling them with food. When I asked what she was doing, she paused, not meeting my eyes. Sophie, and I need a fresh start. We're going to stay with Aunt Lisa for a while. What about? I asked, panic rising. When are we coming back home? Mom's expression flickered between guilt and resolve. You'll stay here for now. We'll come back for you when things settle down. I promise. I didn't believe her, but I was 8, powerless. Sophie cried when she realized I wasn't coming, reaching for me. Why can't Goldie come to you? Goldie needs to stay here in case your father comes back. A lie, I recognized that even now, we'll be together again. Then they were gone, and I was alone, completely alone at 8 years old. The first day, I pretended it was ice cream for breakfast. TV shows Mom never allowed, jumping on their bed, but the freedom quickly curdled in fear as darkness fell. The house made strange noises. I slept with all the lights on, rusty curled protective tape. The next morning, I realized no one was better. I poured an entire box of cereal. By the third day, food was done. Cereal, peanut butter, milk, salad. I couldn't cook. Rusty and I shared crackers. I kept calling Dad's phone.
Hello. Jada, open that door.
Neither answered. I left tearful messages, begging them to come back, begging not to be alone. The silence was deafening. On the fourth day, not. Mrs. Garcia from next door stood there. She'd noticed I was alone. She lied. Mom's at the door. But Mrs. Garcia
No, I hope it's not all the way open.
yes, told her everything, hoping Dad took no. Mom took Sophie. Nobody took. They promised to come back. I was scared. Mrs. Garcia's face went from for. She brought me to her house, fed me a proper meal, called the authorities. That evening, the social worker, Miss Reynolds, sat across from me. Do you know where your parents went? Any relative? None close enough. How long have you been alone? 4 days. Miss Reynolds had a thought, but I couldn't have put pity on her. Pity would become a familiar expression for you. She explained I couldn't stay. They tried to contact me. I packed a small bag, taking my stuff there. How? Another loss full of them. The family court hearing a week later was full. There. Adults talked about it as if I weren't there. Neither of my parents spoke, though they'd been notified. The judge, an older man with kind eyes but stern mouth, declared me a ward of the state. Just like that, in less than 2 weeks, I went from being part of the family to a state member.
What? That's a road break.
They had 3 biological foster kids. Not cruel, but not kind. I slept on a pull-out couch for days. My few belongings were in a black carpet bag. Their kids regarded me. I wrote letters to Noah and Sophie, pouring my heart out, asking when I'd see them again, addressing them to answer. Weeks later, they came back, returned to sender, no forwarding address. Once I called Dad's cell. A woman answered. She can't come to the phone. Who is this? It's Goldie's daughter. Hope third. There was a pause. I'll tell him you called. The line went down. He never called back. Messages to Iglesias off the page. Your mom is going through a lot right now. They'll reach out when they're ready. Never again. Never again. Gradually, I learned both my parents had died. Dad took Noah finding work. Mom and Sophie were in Indiana with Aunt. Neither had left contact info with operations. Neither attended court hearings. Neither seemed concerned about what happened. 6 months in, a birthday card arrived from Noah, forwarded multiple times. Happy birthday, Goldie. Miss you, Noah. No return address. Just confirmation he's alive and remembered. He slept with that card under his pillow. Mr. Thompson found me crying over it one night. I sat beside him, awkwardly patting his back. Sometimes families just can't stay together. Probably trying to be kind, but you're safe here, and that's what matters. But I wasn't safe. Months later, the Thompsons decided to focus on biological. I packed my garbage bag. My second place was Mr. Ramirez's place. 5 other foster kids and 3 bedrooms. Mr. Ramirez, militaristic. Mr. Ramirez, artfully indifferent. I shared a bunk bed with 2 girls and a room meant for them. My space was 1/3 of the restroom and plastic. Noah's car, preserved with packing tape. Changing schools mid-year made me friends. I was the new kid, foster kid, quiet, focused on schoolwork. Teachers largely ignored. Other kids, Damon, an older foster boy, stole my bracelet. Yes, and I confronted him. He threatened to say I broke up. I learned a hard lesson. Sometimes you have to choose which foster kids you live with. Social workers came and went. Each knew one new left about me. Reading from a file was basic facts, but no emotion. They'd ask standard questions. I learned to say what they wanted to. Complaining only led to nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Social worker update on the system. Noah was playing baseball. Sophie had adjusted to Indiana, taking dance classes. They were thriving. I was just surviving. A bitter pill. After 8 months, I was moved again, this time to the village. On the surface, they seemed perfect. Tidy suburban.